Ross Bolen Podcast.
You better listen.
Welcome back to the Ross Bolen Podcast, otherwise known as RBP, presented by Bolen Media. I am your host, Ross Bolen, back again with your co-host, Chris Coulson. Coles, what's good?
Happy Monday, Ross.
We made it through another weekend.
Another weekend, start to a new week. In the studio, got a workout in this morning.
Good
Starting
energy.
off the week hot.
Good vibes.
Got to bring the energy. Got to bring the vibes.
Love it.
That's what it's all about today. That's what it's all about here on the Ross Bolen Podcast.
That's true. That's what it's about every damn episode. I had my little brother Sam in town this weekend. Big shouts to Sam. He stayed in the gaming dungeon known as my guest room at Bolen Media HQ, a.k.a. my house. We had a good time despite not being able to really do shit outside due to the extreme heat.
Yeah.
We had a heat advisory every day for the past 4 days, but also we tried to go to the park. We tried to go to the Greenbelt.
Did you?
Tried to experience nature. Okay,
And
we
how'd
got
you
out
do?
there, and they told us we needed a permit.
Oh.
And
Actually, I think I saw Alex Jones yelling at some teenagers in Austin about them asking him for a permit to walk on the green belt.
I love seeing Alex Jones yell at teenagers.
Did you yell at teenagers?
No,
He
no.
brought a bullhorn.
I calmly walked up to the entrance.
Uh-huh.
Two gentlemen were seated there.
What was
and
their age?
Masks with the clipboards. I would say mid-20s, late 20s, perhaps.
Yep. Okay.
And I said, there's a large sign that said, you need a permit to enter the Greenbelt. Now, this is a place I've been 100 times, right? You just walk the fuck in. It's just the forest, okay?
Sure.
There's just a trail that's been made by the city or whatever. And I walked up calmly, and I said, I need a permit? And they said, yeah, and you have to have signed up at least 24 hours in advance. And I was like, so I can't hop on right now and just sign up and get a slot? And they were like, no. And I was like, well, damn, I had no idea. And they were like, yeah, the rules started last week. It's like, it was one of those things where, if you're not paying attention actively to the news or, following your city on Twitter or some shit,
How would you know?
you have no idea. So
Yeah.
we literally, turned around and walked back to the truck and depressingly drove back to my house. But we said, fuck it. We'll shoot hoops at home and game hard.
Yeah, which
Just
we did.
Get in some bro time, which brings me to our opening topic, Fall Guys.
I love Fall Guys.
All right, so a new game tends to pop up every, 6 months or so. Another video
Sure.
game comes out and it just wreaks havoc on the gaming community because everybody gets fully hooked and addicted to it. There was Fortnite. I'm going to give you the most recent batch, right? Fortnite, which just elevated everything gaming-wise.
I would say Fortnite was the catalyst for this kind of modern hype hysteria over video games in a very quick amount of time. You know
it's
what I mean?
hype beast gaming shit.
Because you have I would say your elite, say top 1% of your streamers, right? You have your Courage JD, Cypher, Ninja, Tim the Tatman, those type of players, right? They're
What's
gonna
his
play
name? Tofu?
Tifu. I wouldn't say Tifu necessarily.
He's not one of them?
Well, he's more on the competitive scene. He doesn't really do the more casual type of gaming. Tifu's just disgusting at video games.
Okay, did you
So
say
he
Nick
doesn't-
Merckx too?
Nick Merckx is in there for sure. He's in that
How
squad.
many of these dudes live in Austin at this point? There's at
Ooh.
least a couple of them.
I don't know.
Cypher obviously is still
Cypher
here.
does.
He
I
just
think
built
the
a
100
fucking
Thieves house is out in Cali, though.
Cypher built himself a little castle somewhere
Yeah,
in
he did.
Austin.
Yeah, he did.
Documented well on Instagram. He was our guest on a Patreon episode a while back, one of the biggest Fortnite streamers in the world.
But regardless, what happens is these big streamers, they get a hold of this new game, right? And then all of their followers see it, and all of their followers hop on it, and then it's this new wave and hysteria, and that's what's been happening with Fall Guys.
And it kind of feeds it, that streaming element of it. All these Twitch guys, these professional streamers who play video games all day and have, in the case of Nick Merckx, 60,000 subscribers or whatever the hell he has, making
yeah.
$250,000 a month playing video games. And that's not counting sponsors, not counting any of his endorsements or his,
That's
what is
just
it,
through
4
Twitch.
thieves, 3 thieves,
100
7 thieves,
thieves.
100 thieves. There's 100 of them. Or that contract or any of his other shit.
Well, he's like the-
$250K a month.
He's one of the I think he's a partner there now. Nick Merckx is crushing. But yeah, exactly.
So these dudes, when they find one of these new hot games and all of their followers are watching, it's not that this game wouldn't have eventually gotten to where it is.
Because it might have.
It's that it's spurred so quickly by now we have these gaming influencers. And in the case of Fall Guys, right? So we had Fortnite, Apex Legends, then Warzone came along, and now Fall Guys. And there's also elements to this, like whether or not the games that preceded the new game are keeping their shit together. Like Warzone had a ton of issues this past week, 2 weeks. Glitches like crazy. Season 5, really an opportunity for Fall Guys to sort of swoop in and capitalize because so many people were frustrated with Warzone, including us.
That's like when Apex first came out and Fortnite was like at the start of its decline, and Apex just couldn't took that shit and ran with it.
They just couldn't keep it hot.
Very competitive in the top of the gaming scene right now.
It is. And to Fortnite's credit, they were able to do it better than anybody I've ever seen. It just got a little stale. There was too many crazy shit being... It was like around season 3 or 4 where we were like, there's like airplanes, cars. I can't understand what's happening anymore. Plus, the kids were all so sweaty in the building.
They could no longer figure out if they wanted to market the game to a casual audience that was just hopping on to play every now and then, or if they wanted to market it to a very competitive audience that was taking the game to the utmost seriousness and was trying to actively like win the Fortnite World Cup.
Right.
They had no idea what to do. And now the good thing about Fall Guys, the market that it hits, is that it's so casual that you can take it kind of in a competitive way, but it's just so goofy and funny that you just have to kind of laugh at it and have a good time with it.
There are games like Warzone, like Apex Legends, that are really only targeted to gamers, okay? Like most people who don't play video games actively, people listening who are like, I don't really care about video games, Warzone, Apex Legends, these are like pretty... hardcore first-person shooters, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Fortnite was different because it's so cartoonish.
Yeah.
Targeted kids. The whole thing is like a fucking casino. There's just lights going off everywhere.
My sister plays Fortnite, and she's not a gamer. But she'll hop on and play Fortnite because all her friends play Fortnite, and they hop on and they play together, and it's kind of relaxing, chill.
And there are games like Animal Farmer or whatever the fuck it's called. Animal Crossing, right?
Yeah.
Which it doesn't have anything to do with gamers per se, the traditional gamer. And that's where Fall Guys has made a massive impact.
That's actually, honestly...
It can almost remind you of like a Wii game. Like
it really is.
Nintendo Wii stuff, like a game where you're like, anybody could play this.
Like, do you remember the old Wii Sports Resort game?
Yeah, dude, it was fun as shit.
Literally, it's like basically the cartoon version of Wii Sports Resort.
And it's also like there's so many people who grew up on Mario Party, on these games that are games within games, a whole bunch of different...
Party games.
Anybody can play this game is the point. And
Absolutely.
Fall Guys is essentially...
There's 3 buttons.
You're a little bean, okay? You're like a bean, a living bean with arms and legs. And then you get an outfit for your bean. In the case of me, my bean is dressed like a pigeon currently. And all you do is compete against, what is it? You start with 100 other people?
It's 60.
60 people start, 60 beans, okay? And it's either a race or some kind of obstacle course or some kind of mini game like involving big bouncy balls. There's one that's a lot like soccer. There's one that's a lot like capture the flag almost, but you got to get the balls in your corner. The point is this. Fall Guys... probably the funniest video game I have ever played in terms of the content it produces. If you have never... I know a lot of y'all are like, man, y'all talk about Twitch every week now. Well, we talk about it every week because it's become a massive part of our community.
And it's become an incredibly entertaining and enjoyable way to spend an evening.
I would not talk about this shit so much if I did not think it was worth your while. And I'm just trying to convince as many of you as I can to come through and see us on twitch.tv/BossRollin when we're live. And I've never had a better reason to talk about it than Fall Guys. We played last night for probably 2 hours.
Yeah.
To close out our stream, our Sunday night stream.
So we were planning
Sunday,
on streaming...
Monday, Thursday, 7 to 10:30 p.m. Central every week, right?
We were planning on streaming from 7 to 10:30 p.m. like on the dot. And I was planning on coming over and then going home at about 10:30 back to my crib, the juice box.
The juice box, as it's known.
And as soon as we start playing Fall Guys, we play like one game. And then Ross and I walk out to go to the back porch real quick. And he looks at me and he goes, you want to just get fucked up, stay here, and you can, we'll just play Fall Guys till like midnight. And I was like, yeah, man, that sounds awesome. And that's exactly what we did. And we had the dual camera set up on stream for the first time so you could see my face and Ross's face at the same time. We'll post some clips on Twitter and Instagram later today because there were genuinely moments of just ridiculous hysterity.
We hit a point, no joke. So you can see us both on the stream now, if that didn't make sense. We've got a camera on Cole's computer, a camera on my computer, and they both show our faces on twitch.tv/BossRollin as we play Warzone, as we play Fall Guys. There was a point last night during Fall Guys where we were on a map that's like it's like a spinning, I don't even know how, a spinning obstacle course. All of these like different layers of it are spinning in different ways and directions, and it got to the point where we had been running around trying to survive for so long that my brain just couldn't take it anymore, and I had a laughing fit.
I started crying I was so stressed that when the moment finally ended, I dropped my controller and like tears were running down my face because I was so locked into my little Jello bean guy.
Not a joke.
It's like
both of us were crying for different reasons. I was crying laughing, and then I fell off the map. That's a fall, guys. You don't want to fall. I fell off the map probably 5 seconds before the cutoff to qualify for the next round. And that's the thing. You play with up to 4 people in your little, it's not a team, but in your little lobby.
Yeah.
So you can have 3 friends with you. And then you all want to survive every round and try to get to the last round. Well, I died 5 seconds before the cutoff. So, and I was already crying laughing because I just completely lost control of all my mental faculties at this point. And then Chris is crying because he survived and it's finally over. And this particular round was just so, like, it was torture.
It was like literally 3.5 minutes of staying completely locked into my little bean man, my animated bean man.
And the other beans are trying to grab you. They're all dressed crazy. They're hysterical. A lot of them are funny as shit. Like a milkshake will come up and assault you while you're trying to focus.
Yeah, a soda can will try to RKO you off the side of the rolling pin.
Sometimes they will.
Exactly.
I mean, it's genuinely the most absurd. Like, I almost would have cut a clip, that clip of us just hysterically laughing, and put it in right here so that we can give you an audio version of just how insane that is. In fact, you know what? We will do that. We'll cut that clip and we'll put it right here. Cheering against me, dude. No, fuck, shit, cock. Ah! Ah! The horror.
We're going around.
Oh,
no! Oh, fuck, I forgot to jump. What am I doing?
No, why couldn't I get up?
The horror. Oh, God.
Baby.
It's all about timing.
Don't you do it. Let's go, wall.
Oh, come on, pussy, jump! Fuck, this bean sucks!
No!
No, God, I'm completely derailing. I'm completely derailing, bro.
I got this shit, bro.
No, come on! What the fucking shit, dude?
God.
How on earth, bro?
I'm giving up. I can't.
How on earth?
We can back it out.
How? Now, I realize we sound incredibly silly, all right? And granted, I'm a little high in that clip, but funnest game, most fun I've ever had playing a game that is like zero. It's like zero stress and yet the most stress possible at different points.
It's good stress, though.
Yeah,
like, Warzone is bad stress. Warzone is very frustrating, and you want to sometimes punch your monitor after you die after spending 30 minutes.
You get strung out, dude.
Well, because you're in a game for 30 minutes.
And it's war. War is hell.
Exactly. Fall Guys, you're just little bean man on your journey to the top of the mountain.
It's
just
the
trying
best.
to get the crown, man. Just hanging out, vibing, not a phone in sight. Just a bunch of Jello bean man enjoying their party.
I told y'all, Sunday, Monday, Thursday, 7 to 10:30 p.m. Central. Well, tonight is obviously Monday night, and you can bet your ass we're going to be closing out with Fall Guys again. Because as Cole said, Warzone, stressful as hell, murder, grenades, gunfire, constantly. Fall Guys.
Polygons.
No more, though.
No more.
Now, Fall Guys, just unbelievably funny, ridiculous circumstances.
And by the time you get to Fall Guys, you will definitely be experiencing Tanner and Ron Wicks.
Yeah, it's entirely possible. Literally 100% chance. But yeah, anyway, this game, if you look, just Google it. Or look up some YouTube. Go to twitch.tv/bossrollin and watch a couple of the most recent clips. There's some Fall Guys ones. You heard the soundbite we just played for y'all, but you can watch and kind of see what it is we're getting into. Tune in tonight. Come through. Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Time. We'll be live. Cole's maybe starting without me tonight, and then I'll be there probably 30 minutes to an hour late, just depending on I got a little something to take care of. But we're very stoked to continue growing twitch.tv/bossrollin to introduce a new game into our lineup, Fall Guys. Big thanks to over 1,000 of you who have subscribed on twitch.tv/bossrollin, not just followed, but actively subscribed, paid to be a subscriber to support the stream, to help us keep growing and showing. We're loving it, having a blast. Fall Guys is insane. If you do not tune in, you are insane. RBP 323 is brought to you by Leesa, makers of the most comfortable mattresses in the entire world. Your mattress is the most important purchase you'll ever make for your place, whether you're grinding in a studio or apartment or you live in a 4-bedroom with 2 kids or some shit. Having a fantastic bed for your body and mind to rest on every night is paramount, and Leesa knows how important rest is to a better life. Leesa is the foundation of a healthier, happier you. To Leesa, a bed is more than just a place to sleep. It's a place for relaxation and rest. All of their products have been thoughtfully designed to go beyond creating a comfortable bed to transform your bedroom into a sanctuary you want to spend time in. I have the Leesa Legend. I slept on the hybrid, the Leesa Hybrid, for years and years. As I said over and over and over, most comfortable bed I have ever laid eyes or body on. Best years of sleep of my life. Now I've got the Leesa Legend. The Leesa Hybrid is in the gaming dungeon I just referred to, the one where my little brother slept this weekend, where Coles often sleeps if we go late night on the Twitch grind. Coles, you got yourself a Leesa as well in the juice box now.
I have a great gig going with Leesa. I get the king-size Leesa Hybrid at your house when we grind late night on Twitch, and I have my queen-size back at the juice box. So I'm just cruising, living in luxury on the Leesa Hybrid every single night of the week.
Love it.
It's been
no matter
fantastic.
where you are, you're on a hybrid. I've also got their pillow. Their blankets are phenomenal. Everything they have is the best. The Leesa Legend, fucking love it. Excuse my American. And again, now it's nice having my guest room with a hybrid in there so everybody in my house gets good sleep. They hooked up my Mimi, who's in a memory care unit with Alzheimer's, with a Leesa as well. Thank you, Leesa. Speaking of which, they donate 1 mattress for every 10 they sell through organizations that work in causes like foster care prevention. To date, they've donated more than 33,000 mattresses through more than 1,000 nonprofits. Leesa mattresses are made in the USA, in-home delivery and setup is available. Financing is also available. Don't miss out. RBP gang, live healthier, live happier by resting deeper. Order today and get 15% off any mattress for a limited time at leesa.com/RBP. Use the promo code RBP. That's LEESA.com/RBP, promo code RBP. Keep in mind, you also get a 100-night risk-free trial, plus free shipping and free returns. Some announcements and shouts. Happy belated birthday to Madeline, a.k.a. Imkretz, from Twitch. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support. Hope your birthday was great. Happy birthday to Josh from Portland on the 13th. Happy birthday, Allie, the wife of Hud, another one of our Twitch supporters. Happy birthday to Campbell White, August 14th. To Christian, coming up August 18th. Bobby on August 18th as well. And Kyle on August 19th. Prayers and respects to Navasota police officer William Cooper and his family, a tragic loss. If you want to watch episodes of this show, not just listen to them on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or SoundCloud or wherever else you listen, you can go to youtube.com/Bolen Media and see our shining faces as you're listening to our shining voices. Both are shining. Streaming schedule, I said it already. Twitch.tv/BossRollin, Sunday, Monday, Thursday, 7 p.m. Sunday, Monday, Thursday, 7 p.m. Central every week. If something changes, we will announce it on our Discord server just for the RBP gang. If you want into our Discord server, come through Twitch.tv/BossRollin. As I said, we play Warzone, we play Fall Guys, we play Fortnite on occasion. Some GTA we've mixed in. All fun. All good times. First segment. Coles has gone full Dennis Rodman. Now, Chris, I'm gonna let me open this segment.
I let you.
This weekend, I'm sitting in my house. All right? Saturday evening. My little brother and I are getting ready to play some Warzone, watch the UFC fights. We ordered the UFC fights this weekend as well. Had fun with that. You know we have a sponsor for that as well. Not on this particular episode of this podcast, but it's mybookie.ag. The code is RBP. Coles is coming over. He's going to meet my little brother. I'm stoked to have my little brother in town. He hasn't been here since last July. All good things. Mazel, mazel. And I'm gearing up for the stream. All right, the three of us have planned on gaming on twitch.tv/BossRollin together in the evening. And as I'm gearing up, I see rumblings in the RBP Gang Discord, which is like Slack, but it's called Discord. It's an incredible community, over 800 people in there that listen to this show now. And there's mentions of something like Coles getting something pierced or something in the Discord, and I just sort of like ignored it, like, they're fucking with me or he's fucking with them.
Keep in mind, Discord is talking about my nipples like 30% of the time at this point, so you don't
Hard for me to know what's real, what's not.
Exactly.
I
Can't blame me
glance,
there.
I say, whatever, and I move on. Several minutes later, Christopher Coulson walks into my house, and he's clearly been putting in work during the day. I don't know what you did. I don't know where you went, but you had been putting in work. I'm talking beers, possibly blunts, who knows. And the man walks in, and I'm sitting at the computer, and he leans down, and he has a a fake diamond. It's not a diamond.
Not yet.
Show me the diamond. Does
Not
it look like there's a diamond here?
Not a diamond yet.
Stud nose piercing. Now, it's not that I'm against the nose piercing, obviously. It's not that I'm anti-piercing. It's that it was quite shocking. The camera zooms in here to give you a good look on youtube.com/Bolen Media. But as you can see, it is quite real. So at first, my reaction is this. Oh, this motherfucker has stuck like a stick-on, and he's screwing with us. But in within 20 seconds.
Which, first of all, that is not a bit that I would pull off, so I don't know why that popped into Ross's mind. Yeah, I'm just going to fuck with Ross and get a nose piercing today.
I don't know,
Get a
dude.
fake
You're
one.
team content now.
I am
You
team
never know what
content.
team content is going to do.
But you should know. You should know I'm team content to the point where if I'm going to do that,
You
I'm
do
going
it.
all in anyway. If I was doing it just for a bit anyway, I'm getting the nose piercing.
First 5 minutes you're there. I'm still unclear. If it's a joke, if it's real, I don't want to ask. I'm a little zooted. Dude has just showed up. It'd be rude. I'm on the stream. Like, do I say, like, dude, is that real? Like, I wasn't trying to, like, hurt your feelings. But at the same time, this was a content situation.
I could tell I had put Ross into another mindset. The gears were grinding slowly but surely in his head, figuring out what was going on right now.
What was my reaction supposed to be? What is? I can't stare at it too hard. Like at first, now I can.
Yeah.
But like when you had first watched, it's not like I could be staring at it. It's like staring at somebody's pimple or something. They're like, dude, get your fucking eyes off my nose ring. You're weirding me out.
I did catch you. You caught a couple glances looking over at me while you were gaming.
Yeah.
I'd be on my phone texting or something. I'd look up and you're just like,
Trying to figure you out. Trying to see what's what. Trying to get a little glimmer of maybe the light off of this fucking cubic zirconium thing that's stuck into your nose. The point is it's very real, as you can see if you're on youtube.com/Bolen Media. Many people were concerned. The response was widely it was controversial. There were people who were all over it. Love the nose ring. Fucking great move. Big dick move. Psycho move is what I called it. Psycho move. It's a psycho move.
I got a lot of psycho moves.
To be 1 month into employment on a show that literally requires you to put your face on camera and to just roll in with a fucking nose ring. With a diamond, it's not like if it I don't even know what I would have picked. Like if he was like, yo, I'm coming through with a nose ring. Would you prefer like the bull style, like where it's like
Sternum.
a ring in the middle,
or
a stud? I don't even know what I would pick, frankly. I think the stud.
It's got to be the stud.
Look, I'm just not. I'm not piercing guy. Everybody knows this about me. I've attempted one tattoo in my life. It went horribly, horribly wrong. It was 1/4 of a wedding ring, essentially, is what I ended up with. I don't have any piercings. I don't have any tattoos. I don't like needles. I don't like people who like needles. I'm scared of sharp objects. I love the show Sharp Objects on HBO. This, I didn't know what to make of it up front. Chris, your response. Just tell us what happened. What was it? What is this?
All right, so I'll be honest, I've been wanting the nose piercing for probably... since before I moved, probably a good 2 months now, right? That I've like really genuinely been wanting to get my nose pierced.
At some point you were just like, I need a nose ring.
I'm trying to think
or
what...
nose stud. What do I say? What do I call it? What do you call it, kids?
I just call it a nose piercing.
Nose piercing. Okay.
So the long-term goal is to get a hoop. I want to do a little gold hoop right here after a while.
On the side.
On the side. But it takes like 2 months for this hole to heal enough to swap it out, and then I can do it. But regardless, so I wanted this for about 2 months. Actually, Greta Thunberg in chat, he's the one that inspired me. He
Greta
has a nose
Thunberg?
piercing. Yeah, Thunberg.
AKA Jesse?
AKA Jesse.
This dude's
Shouts
name
to Jesse.
on Discord is Greta Thunberg. Every
Yeah.
time he hops in the stream waiting room, I laugh.
It's pretty funny.
Because
Shouts
imagine
to
if
Jesse.
it was Greta.
But so he inspired me. He actually has one, and I'm a very free-spirited person. I think your body is a canvas that's yours to decorate and express any way that you can, and really
Jesus.
make a statement about who you are. And I think the nose piercing definitely does make a statement about who I am. I think it fits my personality well. And honestly, if you don't like the nose piercing, you're probably not somebody I'd want to hang out with anyway. So fuck you. So yeah, that's pretty much what I went for.
It's this aggressive nose ring take that we all needed.
Yeah, I just had to let you know.
Frankly, if you get a nose ring, that's the exact message you're sending to everybody.
Yeah, the
Fuck
haters.
you.
Yeah, the hater. If you're gonna hate on it, I don't need you in my life. I don't need that negativity.
It has the spirit of rebellion attached to it.
I'm a very rebellious spirit, I would say.
That's fair.
Question everything.
It's a
Don't
weird
trust the
aspect about me,
government,
though.
Don't trust society. Again, question everything. That's really what it is for me. This, you know what this says? This says question everything, I would say. Is that the vibe that you got? Because that's what I'm sitting.
I got Psycho vibes just
Perfect.
Straight through.
That's close enough. I'll
through
take
and
that.
through.
Psycho's like on the right track.
This is the fucking weird thing about me, though.
Okay.
Because you wouldn't consider to me to be like a standard normal adult.
No.
We had a point over the weekend where some guy was like, we were putting up promo for Fall Guys, I think.
Okay.
And somebody commented, Ross, you're 30. And I said, no, I'm 33. Either love me or leave me alone. I don't have a traditional life path. Nothing about me is like routine.
Yeah.
But I'm like no tattoos, no piercings guy for some reason.
Sure.
It just
But you
honestly,
don't strike me as tattoos and piercings guy, though. Like, I don't, like...
right, it
never,
wouldn't fit my personality.
If you walked in with a nose piercing, I would be like,
what are you
okay?
What are you going through?
Yeah, what's going on? Do you want to talk?
Speaking
That's
of
what I would
which,
say.
your mom did text me.
Okay.
Chris doesn't know this. I haven't told him this. This is literally happening right now. She texted me, and she was like, she wasn't even concerned about the nose ring. She wants you to get a haircut. She's very...
She texts you to tell me to get a haircut?
She said, you have to play mom now, and Coles needs a haircut. And I was like, all right. And then she sent me a photo of you when I guess it was a long period of time where you didn't cut your hair.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck, we can't let that happen. It was like an afro for the white man. It was beautiful, but it was disturbing. And it reminded me of this photo of me from prom that I showed you.
Oh, it's
where
so
literally
good.
my hair is below my eyes. I
so
look like
good.
Cousin It. It's completely insane. And mine is worse. So like I couldn't even tell your mom, your poor mother, like, oh, you've seen nothing. Like, here's a photo of me at prom. Anyway, get a haircut. Your mother demands it.
I'll put up a poll if the people want me to cut the luscious locks.
Now
then I'll cut the luscious
you and I
locks.
had a little conversation about the most influential and well-known male nose rings throughout history.
My predecessors.
Would you like to talk about some of the men who came before you, blazed the trail so that you could sport the fake diamond stud?
Absolutely.
In your
I'd
nose?
just like to thank some of my role models that have rocked the stud before I have, such as Dennis Rodman, of course, who the segment is named after.
Of course, you've gone full Dennis Rodman.
Wiz Khalifa. Can't forget Wiz Khalifa.
I always forget about Wiz.
The Tupac Shakur with the nose ring.
Pac is a big one for you nose ring guys. That's a big one to have in your corner.
Huge one to have in the
That
corner.
you can immediately point to. Like,
Okay,
you got a
here's the
fucking
thing.
nose ring, and then you just point to Tupac, and people are like, okay.
Another thing about the nose ring, I think if you're a man, a straight man,
A man, baby.
if you're a straight man, baby.
Australian for beer.
I got a Snapchat that's a guy holding up a Foster's and it said Australian for beer. Anyways, if you're a straight man and you get a nose piercing, you're showing complete control of your own masculinity and a very in tuneness with your feminine side as well. I think it's a statement. It shows that I can be in control of all aspects of my emotion and my personal inner masculinity and femininity.
Who the fuck sees a nose ring and goes, this guy has fully balanced his life?
Me. That's what I'm looking for.
I don't really
Maybe
have
you
like
just-
an
maybe you
attachment
just-
to it. I don't have like a personality trait I attach to nose ring or tattoos.
Maybe I'm just inventing all this myself, but I'm gonna believe in it till the day I die. So that's why that's where the nose rings comes from. Also, Lenny fucking Kravitz has a nose ring. So, and Slash, legendary Guns N' Roses guitarist.
And Travis Barker.
True.
And then you
Justin
got
Bieber.
You got two guys who you want to be in a camp with and you don't want to be in a camp with, and it's the Biebs and it's Zayn Malik.
Yeah.
You want to be in a
Actually-
camp with and you don't want to be in a camp with Biebs and Malik.
I'm not gonna lie. I actually respect Zayn's like creative outlook on life. Also, isn't he
Not familiar with
married
it.
to Gigi Hadid and they're about to have a child together? Because I want to say that's a yes.
Yeah, that's a win.
Yeah, so that's a huge win. So I'm gonna go with the Zayn camp. Also, actually, Justin
What's wrong with
Bieber's-
Bieber, bro?
He's married to Haley Baldwin, who's one of the most gorgeous people of all time. So I'm gonna be in. I'll take all the people that I'm
Yeah, she's
following in the
pregnant.
greatness.
Zayn's Gigi is pregnant.
That's a big dub. That's
Gigi's
a huge
great
dub.
name, by the way. I love that. It's like it's one of those grandma names.
I'm following in massive footsteps that need to be filled, and I promise to follow up the greatness that is predated me. No,
All of you-
precedented me.
Sure.
I will follow up that greatness
Precedented.
and fulfill those shoes that need to be filled.
Yeah, you have gigantic clown shoes to fill.
I'm not worried.
I'm assuming most of these
Also,
dudes have
Lewis
huge
Hamilton,
feet. Lewis Hamilton.
one of the greatest Formula One drivers of all time, by far the greatest F1 driver of our generation.
I'm just Googling famous nose rings.
That's actually how I found most of these people, I'll be honest.
No shit.
Famous male nose
Damn,
rings.
so many babes with hot nose rings. I think Rihanna's diamond-studded whatever bull version of the nose ring, whatever that's called,
Septum.
is next level. She may be the hottest nose ring person that's ever pulled it off. In my
Septum
opinion.
piercing.
I miss Rihanna, man. Where's Riri at? She's busy making lingerie for everybody too. Big girls, small girls, and everything in between. Rihanna. What's it called? I don't know.
Riri?
No, it's not.
Fenty?
Maybe something like that.
Isn't Fenty Beauty her
No
beauty
free
line?
ads. Make them holler at us. Rihanna, if you're trying to do what you
Also-
want to read, you want us to do a read of your lingerie line, holler at me. Ross at rossbolenpodcast.com.
Ross will wear the lingerie if we get to read for
I'll
it.
put it on. No jokes. I'm
And
not
if you
afraid
guest
to
star
wear
on the
it.
show, he'll definitely wear it to interview for
Coles thinks his nose ring shows that he's comfortable with his masculinity. I will wear women's lingerie on this show if Rihanna's lingerie company sponsors the pod. Speaking of which, RBP 315 is also brought to you by Bespoke Post. As we all settle into this new version of summer, Bespoke Post is here with customized box of awesome collections for guys, guaranteed to upgrade your life. Right now, some of my favorite boxes are the Weekender. It's an incredible Weekender bag for your safe travels this summer, and the Bright, where you get a pair of sunglasses, a collapsible shot glass, and a fucking pocket comb because it's windy and shit at the beach and you need it. Bespoke Post only sends guys the best stuff every month, no matter what you're into. Box of Awesome has you covered from style and grooming goods to barware, cooking tools, and outdoor gear. Box of Awesome is carefully built collections for every part of your life. To get started, you just go take the short quiz at boxofawesome.com. Your answers will help them pick the right Box of Awesome for you. It takes just a couple minutes. They release new boxes every month across a ton of different categories. It's free to sign up, and you can skip a month or cancel at any time. Each box costs only $45. That has over $70 worth of gear inside. Get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code RBP at checkout. That's 20% off your first monthly box. Boxofawesome.com, code RBP, 20% off your first box. Next segment. Insane headlines of the day. So you know we like to pull headlines from the past few days every once in a while and do a segment called Insane Headlines of the Day, where we throw out these headlines that are insane and very, very real, and then we discuss them and the things that surround them. First up on the list is from the Riverfront Times in St. Louis, I believe. Here's your headline. Some WAP, parentheses, wet-ass precipitation, is causing flash flooding in St. Louis today. Now, what you have here is an example of a journalist attempting to integrate pop culture into the news.
So I was really hoping that this would be some, 22-year-old intern. And then I went and checked on Jamie Lees, who is the writer for this.
Uh-huh.
Her catalog dates back to 2006 on the Riverfront Times.
Okay, been grinding for a minute on the Riverfront Times.
Which sadly makes this significantly worse.
That's 14 years of internet struggle. And that'll
14
put you
years
in a
of
place...
internet struggle on the Riverfront Times, all leading up to some wet-ass precipitation is causing flash flooding in St. Louis today.
Now, for those of you
Really?
who are unaware or unawares, there is a new song by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. If you're unfamiliar with them, they're both female rappers, very famous and successful, two of the most famous and successful female rappers of all time. Currently up there with Nicki Minaj in terms of those are the three that are probably most prominent in female rap. They made a song called WAP, W-A-P, and it stands for Wet Ass Pussy. Not precipitation. Wet Ass Pussy, which, as you guessed, is a very inappropriate rap song with lyrics that would make you second-guess your very existence. I mean, the music video is...
Electric.
I've called it porn for me. Look, hip-hop music videos with a ton of twerking, that's porn for me. I don't mean to me. I don't mean I'm offended by it. I mean I enjoy it to a degree that puts it in the same category as pornography. Like, I like it too much. All right? Here's your intro. Whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. I said certified freak, 7 days a week, wet-ass pussy, make that pull-out game weak. Woo! And then it just really just goes from there. Cardi B says, yeah, you fucking with some wet-ass pussy. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet-ass pussy. Give me everything you got for this wet-ass pussy. And then things just continue to escalate and derail.
Did you by chance see the clip of Ben Shapiro reading the entire song?
Oh, my God. No, and now I have to go watch that. I wish it's something you didn't tell me about.
It's fantastic.
The man's face upsets me. He has one of the most punchable faces in the history of faces.
Allegedly, he laughs like the Joker, too. I think it has to be a bit because it's just too ridiculous for that to be his actual laugh. God should not have given a man a laugh that sounds like that naturally. That would be a shame.
No, there's no way. He doesn't have a natural laugh. That's a manufactured laugh. Ben Shapiro is one of these fucking sociopaths that, like, manicures his very life and laugh.
It's...
God, I want to punch his face so freaking hard. But, yeah, good for him, having read all the lyrics and what I can only assume was one of the whiter moments in the history of radio, television, podcasting, and YouTubing.
By far, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, good luck to everybody in St. Louis. Hope y'all survived that whop. Next headline. McDonald's sues former CEO over alleged sexual relationships with staff. It's a big deal. You may have heard of McDonald's. It's a large corporation. They invented things like the Big Mac. What else? The Quarter Pounder with cheese. The chicken nugget that's not made of chicken. At one point it wasn't anyway.
The $1 McChicken.
The dollar menu.
The dollar menu.
The spicy Cajun McChicken.
Super Size Me.
You may have seen Super Size Me, the documentary, perhaps even the show The Founder, about Ray Kroc. It's a movie. It was a great movie.
Apparently Super Size Me was actually a fraud, and the guy was eating way more. Like, if you actually did that diet for 30 days, you shouldn't have put on as much weight as he put on.
What?
I swear. I watched something about it.
Now look, I can't jump in this corner with you. I don't know anything about Super Size Me being called out for being fake.
All right, go for it.
I'm scared for you, for all the Super Size Me fanatics out there that are going to come for your head.
Hey, well, you can't supersize your meal anymore, so I will go to Whataburger every night for the next 30 days and get a cinnamon roll, a large chocolate shake, and a honey butter chicken biscuit, and we'll see what happens.
Sweet mother of God. I worry for your heart. Anyway, McDonald's is suing its former CEO, this is from CNBC, Steve Easterbrook, for allegedly lying during the company's internal probe into his behavior. The board terminated him in November for having a consensual relationship with an employee. The company now alleges that he had sexual relationships with more employees and lied about it. So not only did they find out, oh, God. Listen, it's not that difficult. If you're the CEO of a company, don't boink your employees. Consensual or not, frankly. It's just not a good play.
Ever.
At some point, something bad is going to happen. In general, in my experience, and by this I mean like 1 degree removed experience, because it was people at my former company, many of whom ended up having relationships of different kinds. It doesn't work. It's very dramatic. It does nothing but bring chaos and suffering to all of the employees.
Well, it immediately puts in a power struggle, which that is never good in a relationship to begin with anyways.
It's just uncomfortable. All this shit with like the Me Too movement was about powerful men having influence and the ability to put women in positions where they felt like they needed to appease them or have sex with them to escalate or move forward their careers in a way that was incredibly, obviously, inappropriate.
Very.
You can't be the CEO of Mickey D's, have a relationship with an underling employee, and have it not impact your relationship somehow because you're the CEO of Mickey D's. Okay? And this guy wasn't even just like, not only did they probed him, right? You ever been probed? Ever gotten a probe?
Like a physical probe?
No, he's never been probed. They probe him and he still lies.
Never been physically probed.
And then they find out, this motherfucker. So what they're trying to do is recover millions of dollars in compensation. What's up?
I was saying maybe by aliens one night. I was abducted
Cartman?
and probed. Yeah.
Was that the first ever episode of South Park, the Cartman Anal Probe? It's one of the first.
No idea.
They
But
paid.
also-
What's up?
I was just going to say, as the CEO of McDonald's, you would think there's countless girls that you could go out on a date with that don't work for McDonald's, right? Like, it shouldn't be that difficult.
I mean, you
You're the
would think
CEO of fucking McDonald's.
you would think it wouldn't be that difficult to score a date that doesn't work for your actual company. But
I would hope.
I'm guessing it wasn't because dude Easterbrook was just out there being a psycho with his peen.
He was just making his way through the roster.
This guy doesn't have a nose ring.
That's why.
Good defense for you.
If he had a nose ring, it probably would have calmed him down, made him a little more free-spirited, a little more worldly, loving of all people.
Respectful.
Would have seen, and respectful.
He would have felt the pain of a
Would have seen
pierced
the error of his
nostril,
ways.
and it would have showed him the light, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Well, they're trying to recover millions in compensation they paid out to Easterbrook by suing him for allegedly committing fraud and lying during the company's internal probe into his behavior, according to a filing with the SEC, which stands for Securities and Exchange Commission. It has nothing to do with football. Absolutely nothing to do with football. Apparently, his actions came to light in July. Investigation ensued. During the investigation, he lied and destroyed information regarding his inappropriate behavior, including 3 alleged additional sexual relationships with employees before his firing. None of the employees have been named. And in October, he had said he only had 1 relationship, but there was new evidence, including dozens of nude or sexually explicit photos and videos of women, including images of the female employees that were taken in late 2018, early 2019, and sent as attachments from his corporate email account to his personal email, according to the lawsuit. Easterbrook allegedly deleted those photos and emails from his phone before it was searched by an outside investigator. Oh, man.
That's the biggest boomer move of all time.
Foolish mistakes by Easterbrook all around. All around.
4 relationships with employees at McDonald's?
1
4?
relationship with an employee. 2 relationships with an employee. 3 relations. That's Count Dracula from Sesame Street.
You know, he kind of looks like somebody that would be involved in something like this.
At this point, if you are a white male in a suit with slick back hair, everybody assumes that you do inappropriate shit with women.
We're past the age of slick back hair, guys.
These guys aren't.
Nope, and that's why they're stuck in, actually,
McDonald's
they're just doing
CEO
bad
land.
things. Just doing bad things. Just stuck in power-hungry mania.
You're a bad
I
man.
think I can do anything land.
Next headline. Fire tornadoes reported in Northern California wildfire. Y'all know California struggles with, first of all, headlines from New York Times. California has issues with these fires. All right, it's a problem. Obviously. Shit gets insane. Well, a lot of news here to cover in one sitting. Highest temperature recorded on Earth occurred in July of 1913 in Death Valley, California. On that day, the mercury allegedly reached 134 degrees. This past Sunday, temperatures got within 4 degrees of that record. Extreme heat has taken over much of the desert in southwest in California. Part of the issue is that they had a severe thunderstorm over the weekend. Lightning from the storms and downed power lines helped spark multiple small fires across California. The fires spread, and a massive one in Northern California spawned a fire tornado, which is a rotating column of air forced by extreme heat and turbulent winds within towering pyrocumulus clouds. Crushed it. I'm a scientist. It's a fire-induced tornado. 60-mile-per-hour winds felt near the fire tornado. Unreal.
It's actually terrifying to look at.
Look, I'm already like, a tornado is one thing. I'm out. I'm scared. I don't want anything to do with it. But I'm looking at these storms and the video footage of this storm. Oh, my Lanta. This is some shit I want nothing to do with. Lightning is crazy, dude.
Texas doesn't really have to worry about wildfires, do they? You don't really get wildfires down here, right?
Oh, we've been fucked up, yeah.
You have?
Yeah. Oh, man. Mike, what's the name of the town? It's not, is it Buda?
Buda's just south of us.
Yeah, Buda.
Yeah.
They got ransacked by fires. Which one is it?
Either West or Buda.
No, I can't hear you in the headphones. I don't want to disrespect this town. Mike, yell it. It is Buda. I was correct. Thank you. I know people from there. And when you drive through it, this fire was probably, I don't know, between 5 and 10 years ago.
Sure.
I'm not great with history.
Sure.
Was I in college? Not sure. But it burned down the whole goddamn forest. And the whole shit is still, as you're driving down 71 on both sides,
Sure.
it's just charred trees.
Yeah.
Because they don't grow back
No.
when they go up in flames like that.
I would
So,
say
no, we do get fucked up by fires on occasion. Not like California at all.
wildfires are probably if I had to be scared of any natural phenomena, it's definitely wildfires. Those shits are terrifying.
The way they move.
They can move incredibly fast. They can get ridiculously hot, and they can shift directions in the blink of an eye.
And the problem is, like, with a flood, I'm
Yeah.
like, well, at least I can swim.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
With a tornado, I'm like, well, at least I can run. Or I've seen Twister, you know, I chain myself to a pipe or whatever. What in the fuck do you do with a wildfire? Because once it's on you, it's just too quick spread. You can't fight fire with fire.
No. Well, actually, they do have to fight fire with fire.
What do I fight it with if it's coming at me?
Nothing. You run. So you haven't seen the movie Only the Brave by chance, have you?
I have not.
With Miles Teller.
No.
Is
he a firefighter?
Yeah, he's a wildfire fighter.
When you Google fire movies, Only the Brave is the second one that pops up right behind Playing with Fire, starring John Cena from 2019.
I would highly recommend Only the Brave over the John Cena movie. I don't have much faith in the John Cena movie, if I'm being completely honest. But
Sad.
Only the Brave,
Very unfair.
Only the Brave is one of the only movies to ever truly bring me to bawling tears at the end of it. Very, very intense movie based on a true story about people that fought wildfires down in Arizona. And the shit that they have to go through to try to fight a wildfire, it is intense, man, and extremely dangerous. Respect to all those people
Respect
out
to all
there.
the firefighters.
Yeah, respect all the people that are stuck in the California prison system on a weed charge that are being forced to go fight wildfires for $1 an hour.
Do they have to do that for real?
Yeah, shouts Kamala Harris. Thanks for that.
Is that an actual thing?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what does that have to do with Kamala Harris?
Because she was the prosecutor for years and years in California that got thousands of people locked behind bars for marijuana charges that are now fighting wildfires for $1 a day because they're stuck in the prison system.
That's unfortunate, especially because her competitor, Vice President Mike Pence, notoriously frees people for weed charges, left and right.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Pence, man of the marijuana, they've called him. Man on fire, even.
That's what I've heard.
Some have said. Speaking of fire.
That's what I've heard.
Other fire movies, Rain on Fire, Trial by Fire, Chariots of Fire. That's a good one.
My dad was a fireman. He never had to fight wildfires, though.
Ladder 49. Also respect Cole's father, who was a firefighter and a NASCAR pit crew gasoline man. What do they call it?
Well, he was Catch Can Man, then Jack Man,
Catch Can
then
Man,
Gas
Jack
Man.
Man. Love all these names. Next headline. Final headline. Final headline. North Koreans forced to give up pet dogs for restaurant meat amid food shortages. Apparently, Kim Jong-un has announced in July that owning a pet is now against the law. Authorities are identifying homes with dogs in Pyongyang and rounding them up. Some of the dogs are sent to state-run zoos or sold to dog meat restaurants.
The only thing that I'm curious is, are the dishes named after the dog or the breed? That's the only thing I really.
It's a good
am
question.
about.
He has declared that pet dogs are a symbol of capitalist decadence and ordered that dogs in Pyongyang be rounded up, and owners are fearful that their beloved pets are being used to solve the nation's food shortages. So, of course, he finds a way to line it up with the West, right?
Yeah.
But in reality, of course, now there's concerns that they just need these dogs for food.
Well, I'm pretty I would say they definitely just need them for food, and he's just figuring out a way to make it against the West.
If you came to my house and attempted to take my dogs from me for any reason, food,
They wouldn't take Bruce and Bella. They're too skinny.
any other, it doesn't matter, any reason. Yeah, but they're also the most decadent of dogs.
Good point.
I'm taking out, it's Scarface. I'm taking out as many people as I can on the way out. As many of you dog-killing fucks are going down with me as I can get to go down with me. If you come for me in mines, some of you in your squad are coming with me. And they're no way they're coming with you. I'm loosing them in the street while I fight y'all. Probably got a bow staff in one hand and a gun in the other. And they're gone. You're never going to find them. But some of y'all are coming with me to the next life. And in the next life, I will continue to hunt you. I will Ron Wick until they stop giving me more lives to chase you with, you dog thieving fuck. This is messed up, though.
No, it's actually really fucked.
Weird thing. There's an estimated 1 million dogs reared on farms to literally be consumed in the same way that we raise cattle every year in the South, in South Korea.
No way.
But apparently that tradition is gradually fading out, even though it's long been considered a delicacy on the Korean peninsula. Dog meat is popular.
Why? I wonder why in some places...
It looks terrible, frankly.
That's what I was going to say. I wonder why in some places dog meat became a delicacy while in other places they're reared as a humble and serving pet to be your best friend. How does that happen?
Decadence. Capitalism. I have no idea. If you show me a picture of 2 puppies in a cage, there's not that many more ways to get me upset. In fact, if you sat me down at a desk and you were like, Pop, here's a photo of a dude. No, let's make it a elderly woman who got smoked by a car on the highway. Pop, here's a picture of 2 living dogs in cages. Dead elderly woman on highway who got smoked by 18-wheeler. 2 living dogs in cages.
Okay.
I'm more upset by the latter.
Because they're in a cage?
Man, the old woman has lived a long life.
Yeah.
What the fuck was she doing on the highway? It's where the trucks are.
Yeah.
The dogs in the cages, a Sarah McLachlan song immediately pops into my head. It's a nightmare. It's a living nightmare.
That's the lead-off song on my favorite playlist. Songs that are impossible to have sex to.
I will remember you.
It's followed by the Blue song.
That's the wrong song that I'm singing. Oh, I like that song.
It's impossible to have sex to, though.
Is it I'm in need of a guy, I'm in need of a guy.
Honestly, I enjoy the song more not knowing the words.
Okay, I don't think anybody knows the words.
Don't tell me the words.
I'm not sure they knew the words.
It's one of those things that we always talk about. I've made it this far without knowing the words to that song. I might as well just try to go the whole distance.
Like me with learning how to tie a tie.
Yes. Or me with, actually, I think I've pretty much knocked every single thing else on this earth out.
Me with not getting a piercing.
Left. Well, sure. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think you could pull off a right ear piercing. I think you should just go for it. Go for the one ear. You sit that way, the whole pod, no, other way. Sit that way the whole pod next time we're in here, and then like the last 3 seconds, just slightly turn and just show off a massive diamond on your ear. I think that's a flex.
Shine bright like a diamond. Again, shouts to Riri. Miss you, BB.
Come out with your 9th album, please.
That'll do it for insane headlines. Wet-ass pussy and precipitation. McDonald's CEOs being sued. Fire tornadoes. And dogs being eaten. RBP 2-3? RBP? What show is this? RBP 323 is also brought to you by Bombas. Bombas makes the most comfortable socks in the history of feet. You know how seriously I take my socks. We did an entire year of the sock. Bombas has literally rethought every little detail of the socks we wear to make them way more comfortable. I wear their performance running socks every single time I go running now. I wear their performance socks when Coles and I do Ross Fit in the garage, when we shoot hoops. They're incredible, literally the best and most comfortable running socks and just in general workout athletic socks I've ever worn in my life. They also have incredible just ones that are for style. Dope designs, so many styles, ankle socks, no-show, performance running. They have it all in the highest quality with the best comfort. And again, if anybody knows anything about socks, it's me. Name a human being you trust more to tell you about good socks. You can't. You can't. Water cough. Oh, wait, is that? Kombucha cough, I think.
It's just like an energy tea. I don't think it's technically kombucha.
Bombas do more than keep your feet cozy. They help give back to the most vulnerable members of the community because for every pair of socks you purchase, they donate a pair to someone in need. The generosity of Bombas customers has allowed them to donate over 34 million pairs of socks and counting during their nationwide network of 3,000 giving partners. And the impact is more powerful now than ever, obviously. To those experiencing homelessness, these socks represent the dignity of putting on clean clothes, a small comfort that's especially important right now in 2020. Give a pair when you buy a pair of Bombas and get 20% off your first purchase at bombas.com/RBP. That's BOMBAS.com/RBP for 20% off your first purchase. Bombas.com/RBP. You all see me rocking these all the time on my Instagram story. Love Bombas. Go get yourself some. Hit that website, bombas.com/RBP. 20% off your first purchase. Next segment. Hotline calls. Our number is 888-WR-BOLEN. We have pulled 4 calls from that number to play for you today. Mr. Chris, would you throw on your headphones, if you would, and we will play our first one right now.
Yo, Ross and Coles, what up, my G's? So COVID's had me feeling a little lonely recently, not really going out much, but I'm about to start law school, something new, something
Congrats.
fresh. Had a quick question. Would it be weird to, like, maybe talk to girls that are undergraduates, like juniors and seniors maybe? Because I know where I'm going to school, it's like the majority of the people here are going to be undergraduates, so like I feel like it'll be a lot easier to meet more people that way. So is that okay? Also, once I graduate, let me be the RVP lawyer. I'll get shit done. Peace.
Okay, the question
Yo,
here.
Ross and Coles, what up,
why?
my G's?
Why? Don't play it again. Don't play it again. Don't do that. Nobody wants to hear it again.
We don't want that.
Doesn't
We
make
don't
any
need
sense.
that.
We've already heard the
We
call.
don't need that energy.
So is it okay if you're in law school or grad school to talk to girls who are undergraduates like juniors and seniors maybe is his question. Now, I would just point out, dudes, our concerns right now are like 35-year-olds going after 17 or 18-year-olds, Chris D'Elia style. And then like half the country believing that all of Hollywood is sneaky pedophiles and trafficking children for the purposes of sex. So you're likely slightly portly, starting to slip physically because of booze and books, then that becoming more important than buys and tries. You hitting up some juniors and seniors, which would make them like, what, 20, 21 years old? That's
20
absolutely not a
It's
concern.
like 21, 22.
Because you're what, 23 to 25?
Even if you're, I would say, even if you're like 26, 27, even like 21, 22, not necessarily that big of a deal.
No.
The biggest thing is, it's all situational too. As long as they're not like freshmen that just got to college and they've been there for like 1 month.
Then it's weird.
Then it's weird because they
It's
haven't
just
even
weird.
gotten used to getting moved in and living
They
there.
don't
and
know what's
everything like
going
that.
on. You're in law
literally their
school.
only, you're their only latch to this area and this school and everything like that.
You're creepy old balls, dude.
Super creepy. But as long as they've been there for a couple years and they're comfortable where they are and they're developing a life on their own for themselves and they've reached kind of the same maturity level. And also I would say girls tend to mature quicker than guys do. So a 25-year-old guy probably on a similar maturity level to a 23, 22-year-old girl, I would guess, most of the time.
You get different, I mean,
Just depends.
they mature physically more quickly. I don't
know.
think guys and girls mature one way or the other on. It's just totally person by person,
Well, I guess
like
that's true.
circumstantial for me. Like I know dudes who are my age that are like 12 emotionally, and then I know dudes that are your age that are like my age emotionally. I thought you were one of them, and then you got that nose ring, and now I don't know what the fuck to think.
I fucked everything up. I threw it all down the drain. I was
But
making
yeah.
so much progress.
I know you
It's
really,
actually,
God, you had
guys-
so much momentum, and you went full Dennis Rodman.
it's been a pleasure being in the last
Eight
seven, eight
episodes.
episodes of the Ross Bolen Podcast.
You had a good run. Now just get some boards.
Ross has terminated my employment as I did not see the no nose piercing clause, subsection 4A.
It was
Part
4A.
C.
Got to pay attention. But
Screwed me.
seriously, like, I remember in high school
Mm-hmm.
when I was like, I thought this was a creepy thing. If you were a senior in high school and you were like hitting on a freshman, it was like, dude, stay in your
But
lane.
there's a huge maturity gap between freshman to senior year of high school.
Maybe.
I would argue that there's
It's just
a massive
the age
maturity
gap.
gap.
We're not talking about, like, because situationally we can't define the maturity of every single person. Just from an age thing only.
Okay, but in that case, you're talking
It's the
15 years old to 18
It's the
years
power
old.
dynamic.
It is,
Like,
yeah.
a senior to a freshman in high school is creepy, and we would just be, like, pissed off, like, you're a creepy fucking fifth year deviant. Like, in college, same shit. When the older dudes came back and would talk to the younger girls, it was always like, oh, dude, come on, can't you stick to your own age range? And, like, now that I've been in the real world for a decade, I realize that on the creepy scale, those are sort of not that concerning. It's like there's a certain type of person that will either swing way up in age or swing way down, and sometimes it's totally fine. But when it comes to, like, our caller's question, you're totally fine. If you're a few years away from each other and in basically the same realm of life, like, that doesn't get creepy for me. And look, we're talking about creepiness here, not legality. Obviously, you have to stick with the legal age of consent and wherever the hell you are, at the very least. At the very least. But for the sake of just talking about, like, is this creepy or not, in college, you can't really go wrong unless you're, like, a fucking professor.
And age, like, shouldn't... If you guys are in the same social circles, like, let me put it this way. If you're at a party and you approach a girl that you think is cute and you start talking and you're hitting it off and you're having good conversation and stuff like that and you don't know her age... I mean, as long as if she's in that same social circle and she's at that party, she's probably around your age, similar enough. And at that point, it doesn't even really it doesn't even matter. Yeah, and if she's not, that's just fucked. But as long as we're hoping that, you know, people are there that are supposed to be there and she's not just like some young kid that somehow found her way to a college party.
Jesus. Which happens all the time, by the way.
It does. But as long as that's not the case, like, you've already made it this far, the age isn't really important at that point. As if you guys are hitting it off and enjoying each other's company, you're probably totally fine.
You're going with the Pretty Ricky, age is just a number argument.
In a sense, but again, obviously, like, if she's 18 and you're 30, that's probably not what you're looking for.
It's just weird, man. Go look up how old Jerry Seinfeld's wife was when he married her.
I don't really want to know that.
Next call.
Have you ever looked up Leonardo DiCaprio's girlfriends and
Good
how
morning,
they,
Mr. Bolen.
even though he gets older every single year, they stay like 22?
Nah, that's just historically. He only dates runway models who are the same age as they've always been. He keeps getting older, they stay the same age.
Exactly.
Here it is.
This is Cole from Jefferson City, Missouri.
Cole!
I'm calling to inquire about a potential future opening at Bolen Media as a personal chauffeur. And I just wanted to throw that out there because I have a commercial driver's license. I have several years of driving professionally under my belt, and I feel very confident in saying I can drive almost anything with 4 wheels or 3 or 2, depending on the situation that we could find ourselves in. Yeah, you know, you never know. But I just wanted to throw it out there. I can get you from point A to point B in a very safe, comfortable, and effective fashion, and would be honored and privileged to take on that task if you ever decide that is a route you'd like to take. So, hit me up, boy. All right, dude. Thanks for your time. It's been a pleasure, and hopefully I hear back from you sometime. All right. Peace out, man. Gang, gang. Love you. Bye.
Okay. So Cole eventually wants to be my personal professional chauffeur.
Look at that.
Y'all have heard me talk about this shit. I don't drive anymore. I have my panic disorder, like, specifically goes after me when I'm driving. I don't know why. It just does. Doesn't matter in the passenger seat. If
Highways,
I'm driving on the highway or it just any long distance. Like, the further I get away from my house, the more likely it is to occur. So I've just basically quit driving. Unless I'm driving like a couple of blocks to either my buddy who lives in my neighborhood's house or the gas station or like the pharmacy, something right there. The grocery store is like a couple blocks away. I'm not driving, period. Like, I Uber or Kohl's gives me a ride or somebody picks me up or one of my other people gives me a ride. Like, I do not drive. So I was speaking to how eventually, like, when we blow Bolen Media up and it's like 2038, when I can afford it, I need a driver. And then I need a car that suits a driver. So I'll have to have like a Phantom or some tight shit that, like, you don't drive yourself. You get a driver for that. Cole is the first person that has applied, which I think puts him in first place for this job. He has a commercial driver's license, several years of driving professionally under his belt. Several. Okay? He says he can pull off 4 wheels or 3 wheels, which puts him in a place where he can drive the slingshot, which is huge.
For
or
RBP
2 wheels.
1000.
Dumb and Dumber style. Yeah, we all know RBP 1000 is the one where we're doing the slingshot. Or Dumb and Dumber style, we can just ride around on 2 wheels and I can just piss all over his back.
And I just looked up a sidecar to attach to the 2-wheeled beasts that we get, so all 3 of us can go nicely and calmly anywhere we need to go.
Cole's taking us wherever we need to go. If it's cold outside, he stays warm because I pee on him.
And you cuddle him and grab his nipples.
I cup his breast slightly from behind. I'm not a stomach. I don't grab like this. I grab chest.
In
I
a
feel
comforting
like
way, though, not in like
not in
a
a creepy
not in
way.
like a creepy way.
No, that's just
Yeah,
I feel
like
like
a-
Cole's probably got good grips for me there.
Exactly, and I'm sure he would enjoy that too.
Yeah, I've got great hands. Any woman that I've ever been with will tell you that. Great hands.
Yeah. Okay.
Cole, look, it's gonna be
ask
fine.
around.
Cole.
Cole, we're
Just let
stoked
me-
to have you on the roster for potential drivers for Bolen Media.
Let me cup your man breasts, Cole.
Keep practicing on the 3, 2, and 4-wheeled machines. Stay up to date on your driving skills. As
Keep
well
that
as
commercial driver's license up to date as well.
to be a commercial driver, do you have to practice opening the door in a smooth fashion? Do you think he just goes to his door every day, just gets a couple quick 100 reps on the door handle?
I don't know. That's a good point because you have to do
Because you can't fuck that up.
you need
Like,
a tight
imagine
line
you're-
for me too. Like every morning when you're letting me in the car, you have to have a tight line to deliver. Like
Good morning, Mr.
top of the
Bolen.
morning, Mr. Bolen.
Also, I didn't hear an accent.
Hand me a newspaper too.
We're gonna need an accent for sure.
Yeah, can you do like a really shitty Australian accent? Just
You
like a
want
really
Australian?
offensive one. That's what I put my my Siri on. I make her Australian. And honestly, hers sometimes sounds like shit. Cole, how much are you going to cost me though, man? Let me know. You sound expensive, frankly. 7 years of experience, commercial driver's license. What's this going to cost me a year annually? Please holler at my email, ross@rossbolenpodcast.com, so I can start to try to work you into the 2038 budget. I appreciate you. We have 2 more calls to get to very quickly, so I will play the first one now. Here it is. There.
Ross, Chris, this is Alex from Midland, Texas again, and I just gotta say, Ross, what do you have to how would you explain Ross from Friends to like little kids named Ross today, like right now? Like if you had to tell them why their name was such a bad thing to say, like in the early 2000s because of Ross from Friends, like how would you explain that to them? Because they're named Ross too, and they're like, what are they just supposed to be like, shunned because of Ross from Friends? I don't know. Give them some uplifting words. What would you say? Thank you, gang, gang, gang.
Great call. Thank you for making it. Why are you trying to play stuff always, Apple? What are you doing? Why are you fucking with me? Always messing with me here.
Yo, Ross.
I'm serious. Ridiculous.
Boomers and technology.
I no longer feel like I need to defend my name. There are enough of us. We've got 5 of us on one fucking soccer team, for God's sakes. I've been doing my show. I've been doing my thing on the internet for a decade come this January. If I haven't fought long and hard enough to unsully the good name of Ross that was once sullied by Ross Geller, then I don't know what to say. What I would tell to any small boy named Ross these days is you can do whatever you want. You can achieve anything you put your mind to. No longer are you held back by this prancing doofus on Friends who couldn't get it together with Jennifer Aniston.
The good thing is Gen Z scum like myself don't even watch Friends anymore.
Exactly. These kids, they don't even know Ross Geller. So let's stop bringing it up and pretend he never existed.
This is a new generation of Ross. We start this today. From now on, moving forward, we no longer give Ross Geller the power to bring down the great name of Ross ever again.
Exactly what we did with Weinstein and the robe. We
He's
remove
done.
his name and his image from the robe lifestyle. We saved the robe. We've saved Ross. David Schwimmer does not have to hold us back anymore, man. He's Lieutenant Sobel from Band of Brothers. Ross Geller never even happened. And now that this shit's only on HBO Max, motherfucker, you don't even have it anyway. Nobody's watching Friends anymore.
It's not on Netflix anymore?
It doesn't it
Thank
doesn't
God.
even play for this generation. They don't give a fuck. Nobody has 5 friends that live together.
It has a fucking laugh track.
Yeah, so does what's the show with all the nerds that everyone watches?
Big Bang Theory?
So does Big Bang Theory.
That's another one I've never seen. The only show I'll watch with a laugh track
Never
is that
watch
70s
Big Bang
show.
Theory. Never ever watch Big
you
Bang
seen
Theory.
that
Can't
70s
watch
show?
that anymore either, because fucking what's his name ended up being a rapist. Hyde was a rapist.
Yeah, well.
Hyde.
I mean, look at Hyde in season 8 and tell me that guy wasn't a pedophile.
Frankly, Hyde. Well, I don't think he was a pedophile. Allegedly.
Oh, okay.
Frankly,
He just
Hyde.
was a rapist.
Allegedly, always looked like he might be a deviant. Looking back in hindsight, which is always 2020, Captain Hindsight. But the Ross thing is no longer. I feel like y'all are acting like it's like the Germans trying to explain World War II to Gen Z children. That's not the case with Ross. Like, we're good. We don't have to excuse this guy. There's enough of us at the front lines as good, solid Rosses representing. Before it was like we had like 3 dudes: Ross Perot, Ross Geller, and Ross Tucker. Now there's like at least 9 of us who kick ass. And Friends has been off the air since the fucking early 2000s, I think, at a minimum. No longer do we have to be shamed by this man. Next and final call of today's show. Are you ready for it?
Like, look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, Hyde looks like he would do all of the crimes, frankly. Here it
He
is.
did do all the crimes.
Hey Ross, what's up? It's J-Bone Fan Club from Twitter.
Oh,
I was
shit.
just listening to Friday's Patreon, and I wanted to say the Invisible Ink text message send thing is awesome for group chats when you don't want to do spoilers. And Cole's story about the note with confetti is just fucking great, and I love it. All right, gang, gang, gang.
All right, it's the J-Bone Fan Club on Twitter. He's talking about, Cole's brought up on Patreon how was it that you sent or you received?
I received. I was in hot water and I was trying to make up for I
Your
fucked
grievances?
up and I did something bad that had pissed off a nice woman that I was looking to court at the time.
Okay.
And in my courtship process, I asked if she would like to go get lunch to discuss the bad deed that I had once done and to correct my wrongs.
Okay.
And she sent me back a message that said no.
Would you blow a kiss at another chick?
With confetti. No. Honestly, I've only done that once ever in public, but we can just keep running with that as long as we'd like to.
God, should never,
Just
ever,
at the time being
ever,
in my
ever,
head.
ever occur.
And the only time I ever did it in public is when we were on the boat and we were passing another boat full of girls.
When you say in public, like you would do it in private? It's even weirder to do in private.
Well, who would I do it to in private? You?
No, like if you were with a girl like hanging out and you just went and you blew her a kiss, she'd be like, "Are you on fucking ecstasy right now?"
That's when they usually jump all over me. I mean, what are you talking about? You never tried that? Don't knock it till you try it, Ross. Obviously.
You can't blow
Obviously,
kisses,
he's
bro.
never done it
You can't
before.
blow kisses.
Anyways.
You got to know with confetti.
Yeah,
sent
I
in
got to know
response.
with confetti because, yeah. That was
Which is
pretty
obviously
disheartening.
Obviously hilarious. I need to start implementing more of these dramatic effects, these bubble effects. With the bubble effects, you got 4 options: slam,
Okay.
loud,
Okay.
gentle,
Okay.
which I've never understood what that's like. What do you send to gentle? Like the little soft. It's like
That's the online text message equivalent of blowing the kiss.
it's what creeps me out. Or invisible ink, which, as our caller was talking about, very underutilized.
Oh, absolutely.
Great for avoiding spoilers, but also incredible for nudes.
Sure. I didn't know this feature.
It's not something
We tested
that,
it out though.
Yeah, we sent a couple back and forth to each other to see what it would be like. And
After using Blue Chew.
.com, code RBP. And the result was Cole's making a joke like it's like a scratch and sniff.
Yeah,
But
it's like a scratch-off ticket.
For like nudity. For
I'm winning
dicks
the
and balls and
lottery.
titties and vaginas.
Winning the lottery every time. I win the lottery with every stroke.
Here's the great thing about the great thing about the invisible ink nude is that you receive it, you get to have the scratch off fun making it visible to yourself.
Sure.
And then after you've received it and you've made it visible to yourself and you've taken the nude in through the eyes, it goes back to being an invisible ink, and you're not in danger of just opening your phone and then just somebody's been flashed with the dong you just received. In my case, it's always dongs. So yeah, you want to go invisible ink on the nudes, maybe on something that's spoiler heavy. Your boys haven't all watched the last episode of The Great or Perry Mason, and 2 of y'all want to discuss it. Well, then say, I'm throwing out invisible ink with spoilers. Do not scratch and sniff this unless you are caught up.
You know when the nude invisible ink thing would really help?
Hmm.
Late night sexting. Because, if one party falls asleep, you don't want to get woken up with the first thing in the morning just being full-blown nude. That's
Just
a lot.
I totally no disrespect meant to men or our bodies, but I want to wake up to a female's nudity. That's lovely. That's a great day starter. Just not a dick. Or I don't think anybody wants that.
I definitely don't.
I'm
want
sure
that.
some people do, but like looking at a dick
To start your
like
day.
a penis, like a close-up penis, first thing in the morning.
High definition.
I just don't believe there's very many people living who want that.
I feel like there's probably more than you would think.
But percentage-wise, like, it's small.
I would say, okay.
That's what she said.
Percentage.
Also, screen effects. There's the confetti that Cole's got sent with the no, but there's a bunch of these. I never use any of these. Balloons.
See, the balloons I use a lot. I like the balloons.
They're celebratory. They float up. There's a spotlight
Spotlight I've never used once.
I used it yesterday.
Really?
Our fantasy football group is still arguing about whether or not we're going to pull off this draft live or not due to COVID, obviously.
Sure.
And then I just responded to one guy. I said, idiot. And I put a spotlight on it.
Nice.
So it's just one word, and it just
Nice.
fucking idiot. And that was great.
Did everybody give you the laughing reaction?
I got a couple.
Nice.
I got a couple of laughs on my idiot.
That's huge.
You need to get what's your ratio here? If you got 6 people in a text group,
Sure.
let's say it's 10 people for the
Okay.
sake of an even number. How many people have to ha-ha your joke for you to feel great success? Great success.
1/3. If
I
I
think
get
that's fair.
1/3,
I
I'm
think
like,
that's fair.
okay.
This was a good.
This was a good one.
Yeah.
It's like a tweet. Like right now, my old before being on the show and everything like that.
Yeah.
If I got like 8 likes on a tweet,
You were
I was
like, this is a home run.
I did that. That was a good one. People
fucking
enjoyed
crushed
that
this
one.
tweet. Yeah.
Now it's a little bit more, but you have your baselines, and I would say for group messages, it's 1/3. If you're
Sure.
getting 1/3 reactions, you've made an impact.
There's also fireworks, which feel very celebratory. Lasers, I feel like, should pretty much only be used if you're discussing getting fucked up or partying. Like, what other message are you sending where the lasers are necessary? Unless you're saying, like, specifically,
Thanksgiving dinner,
I'm going to a Ghostland Observatory concert.
funerals.
Lasers for funerals? For funerals, too?
It's like balance, you know. You want
Some positivity and levity
It's like
on the negativity.
the girl that sent me the no with confetti. Immediately, I was like, how can I be upset with confetti falling on my face?
You're let down, but then there's confetti.
And so I'm like, I
It's
need to celebrate something. So I celebrated getting let down, and I drunk myself to sleep that night.
There you go.
Yeah, so
Fireworks and lasers for funerals, spotlights for when you want to call somebody out and call them an idiot. But there's all sorts of effects, and none of us are using them enough.
what would you use slam for?
An emphatic no.
Okay.
If somebody asks me a question and I want to fucking just like smack them down with the no,
I'm trying to think of a
that's
question
where I'm
I could
just
ask
no,
you.
boom.
I was trying to think of a question I could ask you that I would get an emphatic no from you and get the slam down.
Can I pierce the other side of my nose? Emphatic no.
Really? That would get an emphatic no
Nah,
out of
I'm
you.
just kidding.
Could I dye your hair blonde while you're sleeping? Would that get an emphatic no?
How hard is it to get my hair back?
Huh?
I would slam the no on you there
Okay.
for sure.
Okay.
That'll do it for our hotline calls. The number is 888-WRBOLEN, 888-WR-BOLEN. Call it any time of day, 365 days a year. Leave a message, a hypothetical, a question, a trash or not trash. Sing us a song, tell us a story, do what you must. 888-WR-BOLEN. New sponsor alert, heads up, all hands on deck. RBP 323 is brought to you by Ritual. Men's diets are falling behind. Over 70% of us don't get enough vitamin E, and up to 97% of us don't get enough vitamin D from our diets. But fundamentally, some men may overvalue exercise and undervalue nutrition and may think, if I look healthy, I am healthy. I have definitely fallen victim to this, but there's so much more to health than meets the eye. So Ritual is introducing Essential for Men, the obsessively researched multivitamin that's formulated to help fill nutritional gaps in men's diets. This is awesome. You go to Ritual, which is your new type of two-a-days that help support mental health, heart health, normal muscle function, normal immune function. It's a tiny step going to their site so that you can get hooked up with the vitamins you need to fill the gaps in your diet to make sure that your body is getting all the fuel that is necessary. These vegan-friendly, non-GMO, sugar-free, gluten-free, major allergen-free multivitamins are traceable because where it's from is just as important as what it's for. Ritual always delivers. This subscription-based supplement is easy to start and very easy to snooze. It's only about $1 a day to have essential nutrients delivered to your door, right to your front doorstep, which has become like the biggest thing in 2020. If I can get healthy food, healthy products, healthy vitamins for my body delivered to my doorstep so that I'm not having to step out and risk my health, then that is a win-win for me. So step up your nutrient game like I did with Essential for Me. Get 10% off your first 3 months when you visit ritual.com/RBP. 10% off your first 3 months. Ritual, just like it sounds, RITUAL, ritual.com/RBP. Start your ritual today. That's 10% off during your first 3 months at ritual.com/RBP. I got my first pack in last week. Very stoked.
Very aesthetic bottle, too.
Oh, it's beautiful. More fuel for the brain and the body, baby. That's what it's all about. You're the comeback, and that will do it. But before you head out to take on the world, it's time for some very important announcements. First and foremost, you've been saddled with 3 legal obligations as a result of having listened to this entire podcast. First and foremost, you must rate and review. Second, Tell one person about the show. Share the show with one person this week. Third, use our sponsor codes. Leesa.com/RBP, Bombas.com/RBP, boxofawesome.com, code RBP, and then ritual.com/RBP, our newest sponsor at ritual.com/RBP. Follow us on Instagram at the Ross Bolen Podcast, on Twitter at Ross Bolen Pod. We are also on Facebook somewhere if you're so inclined to find us, no matter your age range. And you can follow me, Ross Bolen, on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at WRBOLEN, at WRBolen. And as I've said a million times during the show, twitch.tv/BossRollin Monday, Thursday, Sunday, 7 p.m. Central. Tonight, we played Fall Guys with Arian Foster last week. We've been running Warzone. We've been running Fortnite with some pros when we get the chance. Twitch.tv/BossRollin. Tonight, we're going Warzone and then Fall Guys. Chris, where can everybody follow you on social media?
You can find me on Twitter at Q0ULS. You can find me on Instagram at ChrisSC99. And you can find me on Snapchat at Chris_Coulson. That's COULSON. And make sure to follow us as well at Trash License Plates on Instagram. It's a new Instagram account that we're running, and we're throwing all of the trash license plates on there. You will be shamed if your car ends up on that page. We're full of laughs, good times, great community over there. Really popping off so far, so make sure you check it out.
Trash license plates, baby. Our television and film podcast, Oysters, Clams, and Cockles, hosted by myself and my friend of 17 years, Mr. Barrett Dudley. Also available, brought to you by Bolen Media, wherever you listen to RBP. Oysters, Clams, and Cockles for the best in TV and film. If you're big on TV and movies, check out OCC, as we call it, Oysters, Clams, and Cockles. And that will do it for RBP 323, produced by Mike Moody Garcia of Permanent Record Studios in Austin, Texas. We will be back Wednesday with RBP 324, and of course on Friday on Patreon with another exclusive premium ad-free episode for dues-paying members of the RBP gang, pledging their monthly support to keep the podcast thriving, with a minimum of just $5 monthly on patreon.com/Ross Bolen Podcast. Come through, support the show, get more RBP ad-free every Friday. You are not alone. Podmen get paid. Respect Mr. Park. Strength and honor. Gang, gang, gang. Coles, peace be with you.
And also with you.